Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and firstly, I'd like to apologise for my appearance today. It's not usually what I like to do, appearing for one of these videos with arrows sticking in me, but just as I was about to record this video, a group of pillagers decided to stop by and say hello, so I had to dispatch of those quite promptly before I could hit record and start this video, and I didn't want to keep you guys waiting, so I didn't have time to go and change. So I thought, you know what, we'll just go with it. Let's just do it. Let's just see how we go. Now, as you'll have guessed from the title of this video, because you've clicked on it, today I want to be talking about the resource packs that I use and the shader that I like to use. Generally speaking, I do play the game in boring old vanilla, as you can see here, but there is a resource pack I do like to use when I want to fancy things up, and there's a shader as well that I'm gonna start using a bit more. Maybe not for the actual gameplay itself, but if I do any cinematic kind of stuff or screenshots, I'll probably throw the shader on just to make things look that little bit more jazzy for you guys, because you guys are amazing and you deserve it. You deserve a shader. So the way we want to do it is, let's switch this back around. So we've got, as you can see, ignore those two missing blocks. Creeper. Yeah, they love me. As you can see, I'm just in Trytown. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you've seen Trytown a million times. So you know, you're familiar with it, you know where stuff is, and obviously these textures that you can see on all the blocks that we use are just standard. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the resource pack that I like. Now what I'll do, I'll look down here. In fact, let's get onto some grass. I'm going to look down and then it'll be like a big reveal. So the way you change your resource pack once you've got it installed is into your options, and then you've got resource packs here. And as you can see, this one here I like to use is Faithful. Now I like Faithful because it keeps the vanilla look of the game but just fancies everything up a little bit. It doesn't change things too much, and that's what I like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on now and we'll have a little walk around the different places that we've got in Trycraft, and so you can see the actual difference. So I may turn it on and off as we go through. So when it will reload your game just to load the resource pack in. I don't know if it'll keep me facing the ground, which was the plan, and it has. So straight away there, you can see in the top right of the corner the difference in the cobblestone texture, and you can see that my hotbar looks a little bit smoother, but not too different. Sometimes with resource packs it'll change the shape of things, but this just tidies it up a bit. So as you can see, the textures, let's go back onto the bridge, and even on the bridge you can see how much smoother it is. The water again is a little bit smoother, and the textures just look that little bit crisper. And this I can play with it on all the time, and it doesn't faze me at all, this one, because it keeps the vanilla look. I don't like the ones that change things around too much. And even in here you can see it's just crisped everything up. Even if we go down into the storage room here, there's a lot of different textures with the nether wart and the woods, even the bookshelves. Everything just looks that little bit tidier. So if we pair this with a shader, now what the shader is going to do is obviously, it changes the way light is generated in the game. It'll create shadows, it makes the lighting a bit more realistic. The biggest changes you'll see once I turn this on are going to be to the water and to the sky, and obviously any light emitting blocks. So here we've got some glowstone on the fountain there, we've got the portal with some glowstone, and there are torches dotted around the place, and especially in the houses and on the ground there. So let's go ahead and turn the shader on, and you'll see the difference. Now shaders, you need to go options, video settings, and then you've got a shaders here. Now this I don't know how to say it. That's what it's called. That's the one I like to use. So if we click on that, it's just going to load the shader pack up for us, and then we can see the difference. How cool is that? Isn't that amazing? Looks no different, does it? But if we look up, you can see it's dramatically changed the way the game looks. You can even see my dude has a shadow now, and all the buildings have shadows, and the sky actually looks like a sky. And even if we come underwater, you know, it just looks like we are actually underwater for realsies. Yes, that's right, I said for realsies. I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, that's just, oh, look at that tree. Why have I left half a tree? I'm going to have to sort that out. So even things like, you know, we've got the, what are these called? Chorus flowers. You know, look at the shadow from it, and it really makes, you know, if you like taking screenshots of things, the shaders, well, I'm going to walk away from this because they're, you know, it really does change the game. And especially paired up with the resource pack, you know, it looks really good. So let's take you into somewhere else. With these both turned on, I think we'll go for the nether first, and you can see the difference that it will make. So what I'll do, I'll switch back to the normal ones, and then we'll come back and start using the resource pack and the shader pack again. So here we are in the nether. Now you guys are familiar with these textures and everything. Let me move away from this portal a bit. Of everything we're seeing here, you know these textures. This is nothing new. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to head down here, and then I'm going to pop firstly the resource pack on, because you'll see a big difference in the nether with the resource pack, especially with the netherrack. And then once we've seen that, I'll throw the shader pack on as well, so you can see the difference in the shader pack, because again, the difference is going to be, you know, quite substantial. Let me just check there's no bad guys trying to eat me. No. Okay, so let's put firstly the resource pack on. Okay, so as you can see there straight away, the netherrack looks completely different. It's almost like a different dimension altogether. But not so different where it changes how you view the game. Now, let's have a look over again at the nether bricks here. They just look crisper. You know, everything is just a bit tidy. And I don't want to go down there because there's Mr. Blaze. So let's go ahead with our next step and throw the shader pack on. Let me get somewhere that's a bit safer. Hello, piggy. Okay, now when I look up in a second, it is going to be a lot darker than what you're used to, because obviously we're in a hellish kind of environment. So it's a bit brighter here because of the sheer amount of lava. Obviously we're dealing with a shader, so therefore it's dealing with the light, and lava gives off a lot of light. But it makes it a lot more atmospheric here in the nether. Whoa. What? There's just no need for that, was there? Let's get out of here, because he's gonna hurt me. He's in a grump. Yeah, he's definitely not a happy chap, him, is he? So we'll go back up our ladder and show you how the lighting effects work in tunnels. Because you guys are used to the normal lighting that you would see from torches, but this, especially in darker places like this, you're gonna notice quite a big change in the tunnel. So already you can see there the lighting as it kicks in, and it makes it a lot more atmospheric. You know, you can tell that there's different lighting effects in effect here. And as we walk down here, you can see how the torches and the way they give off their light is different. We're going from light to dark as you reach the end of each torch's range of light of where it gives it out. So let me get to the end of the tunnel and then I'll be back with you guys. So we're getting towards the end of the tunnel behind me here, and one thing I wanted to show you is the difference that the shader makes when you're going from one lightness into an lightness, is that the word? See how bright that is? Well, let's come back a bit. Because it's so dark where we are now in the tunnel, a bit moody, but then up ahead, it's really bright. But as we get closer to it, it stops being super bright and becomes very bearable. But you can tell that we're still in quite a dark place because the light is quite moody. Now, if we go through into spawn, it's creepers. You can see straight away the difference that these have made to the look of the pyramid. You know, you guys, if you've been following the Trycraft videos, you've seen the pyramid and you can see just how different it looks here. It's much brighter, it's much crisper, and especially look at them soul sand columns either side. You can see the faces on it so much clearer. And especially if we look over at the... Let's just get somewhere where we can... Oh, you can't. This area is still on the to-do list, so bear with us. This will all be prettied up. Look at that beauty. Look at the water, the waves coming in. Turtles having the time of their lives. But just look how beautiful that looks compared to with the normal, you know, the normal resource pack. I want to wait as well. Where's the sunshine? It's going to be going dark soon. I want to show you the difference that these shaders make when the sun goes down. You'll see it a little bit in here, but it won't give a full gist of what we're dealing with. So as you can see, this place is lit up. You know, there's lots of glowstone in the floor, but it really gives an atmospheric lighting. Personally, I don't like the shaders inside in confined places like this. I find it looks a bit too yellow, but you know, each to their own. It's just not my thing, and especially on things like the iron farm here, the Tryon, the lava there is very, very bright. And if we wait for a golem to fall down, which should be any second now. Come on, golem, they're panicking. Someone should be about... There we go. So he's just spawned. And obviously the light that he kicks off as he meets his demise is quite something. But with that, you know, with that said, that's just a personal preference of mine. I don't like the shaders when you're in confined spaces like that. And look at the gold farm through the portal there. That looks absolutely amazing. And obviously, when you look up into the sun itself, never do that in real life, people. You know, it actually is bright. It almost hurts your eyes. And then we have all the shadows of the different things, like the bamboo here, even to the leaves at the top. You know, it really does make a big difference. And the other thing I wanted to show you, because I think this looks really cool, is if I swim over here to where the conduit is. How amazing does that look? Glowing away under the water with all those little particle effects around it. It looks absolutely amazing. And it's obviously the way the water, you know, the light affects the water. And it's very dark down here and a bit more realistic, because with the shade turned off you can see under here perfectly. You really can. Just the way the light affects everything under the water is amazing. And you'll notice you get animations more with the well, this is the resource pack, not the resource pack, the shader pack, with the way leaves and grass and stuff move. So let's keep the shader pack on, but go back to the normal resource pack, just so you can see the difference that just the shader pack on its own will make if you wanted to just use that and not the resource pack. So we're back to all the vanilla textures, but we've still got all the lighting effects that are granted to us through that shader pack. So all the sandstone and stuff, and you know, the soul sand there's a perfect example. You can hardly make the faces out on it there, but with the resource pack, they were really vivid, and the water still looks cool. And inside here, it's just still dark and moody. It doesn't, in dark places like this, you don't really tend to notice the resource packs all that much. So I'm just going to wait for the sun to go down, and that is when you'll see the biggest change due to the lighting effects. So I'll keep the vanilla, just the normal resource pack on for the... Stop jumping down big gaps, you idiot. Yeah, we'll do that. And again, see the way the shadow of these has moved around as the sun is going down? And you can actually see it moving across as the sun goes down, as it starts to get darker. And look at the water and how realistic that looks. So, you know, resource packs or shader packs on their own look really good. But if you find two that you compare together, they look even better. Like I say, I tend to just play on vanilla. I like the look of the vanilla game. But, you know, it's personal preference. Also, bear in mind, shader packs especially will use a lot more of your computer's resources. So just bear that in mind before you go, because you may find, if you look on the top left of the screen here, my frames per second is down to, 39, 47, 50. I normally have it locked at 60, but, I can get much higher than that, but I don't tend to notice a difference above 60 personally. So there's no point for me really. So we've got the sun going down. That actually looks beautiful. So I'll look at the pyramid now. Let me turn my heads-up display off here just so you can really see how pretty these things are. I'm going to take a few screenshots here as well as the sun goes down. Let's come back. We've got the gold farm there. And from the top, the gold farm might be a good place to get a nice picture of the pyramid. Now we need to come down a bit because of the the distance where you guys know what I mean. So let me get a screenshot of that, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the resource pack back on. Okay, so wait for that to load. And in dark times like this, dark areas, you don't notice it all that much, the resource pack. But I think the main things you can tell there is the difference in the lights, both from the torches, glowstones, but also the portal. Look at the purple of the portal there. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think, should we try and let's get around the other side. It's a lot safer here now since Mama's lit everywhere up. So it was over here where we could see it through it, wasn't it? Look at that, how cool is it? Should we try and get one of the main pyramid through here? Look at that. Okay. So there's one more place I want to show you guys. An awesome place to show you would actually be Gobby's place, his dome, his underwater dome, but I don't think he's actually shown it properly in a video yet, so it wouldn't be right for me to to show it off before he gets the chance. So let's head into the third dimension of Minecraft that we've not yet seen, which of course is the end. So I'll see you guys when I get over there. So I'm at the tunnel to our stronghold and our end portal that Mama made for us. Let's turn the heads up display off there. You guys don't need to see that. Now, I'm just obviously, as you can see, the shaders are off. I'm on the normal vanilla resource pack, just so you can get a gist. And how lovely is that, the way Mama transitions from just the stone into the, the end stone, and she's got some little things on display here, chorus flower and another one there. Enderman and dragon heads. This place looks amazing. So let's go through the portal. So we're now in the stronghold with just the normal resource pack on. Let's go into the end. And as you can see, this is the end with our normal, no shaders, no resource pack. So let's first put the resource pack on, just so we can see the difference here. Again, with this resource pack, not a huge difference, it just crisps everything up. Now if we come up here, the end, being the end, it's a void, it is a very dark place, and you can see over here, the only light we've really got over here is from the beacon and from the end portal that'll get us back home here. Now I need to be very careful I don't look at any endermen here, but as you can see, just a normal, some people haven't seen the end, so I thought it was quite important to bring you guys here. So let me come over this way, and I'm gonna look down. Now let's put our shader on. I find the shader not the best in the end, because the place is so dark and the shaders work by things that give off light. As you can see straight away there, it is very dark here, apart from those couple of things that do give off light. We've got our little portal over there which takes us to the end islands. We've got our end portal which will take us home, and obviously the beacon, but even the light coming off the beacon going up into the sky doesn't really light up. But that's what you'd expect here in the end, because it is a dark and gloomy place. But then we can just jump back in, and this will take us back into Trytown. So let's have a look at Trytown whilst it's dark. Now I'm going to have my sword at the ready, because there's normally lots, these doors, lots of bad guys around here. And as you can see, I need to light the place up. Have I got torches on me? You know what, let's put them in my offhand. Let's light the place up as we go. So you can see the difference that the shaders make, especially in the night. Now if you look over there where typical me, over there where the moon is, look at the sky. And we'll have the sun. If we head over to by the beach, the sun is about to come up over there, and look at the colour of the sky already. Well, I do need to be careful, because it is that little bit more moody, and I probably won't see bad guys coming quite as easily. Is that a raven party over there, or cactus? Cactus, and we've got a couple of skellies, so we'll stay away from them. But as you can see there, look at the sun coming up. Beautiful sunrise here in Trytown. Let's get rid of that so we can just see the light that we've got. Obviously it's still dark that side because the sun's coming up when we look east, and that is so pretty. So let's venture back over to our house and look at the fountain, especially. I think things like that you really notice the difference. But the water with the shader pack is what I like the most. So can you guys see me there? You can. So thanks for watching. This hasn't been a tutorial of how to install them and stuff, but that information is easily found online. And what I will do, I'll post the links to where I got this resource pack and this shader pack. If you would like me to showcase some other resource packs and shader packs, just let me know in the comments, and I will definitely look at doing that for you guys. So until the next time, Scouse Mouse out.